מהשמש ליעקב, וירח בעד לא ילד אדוני ישמוך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, עד נשמת ישראל ביחד מעתו, ויעד אילום. My dear friends, take a few coins, put it in the pushka, and we will merit any second, nanosecond, the revelation of Mashiach. What's going to be when Mashiach is going to be here? What are we going to be doing? We're going to be studying Torah. We're going to have all the time in the world, so to say. As Rambam says, "Lenisavu chachamim." Our sages didn't desire for the coming of Mashiach, not that we should have a wonderful, cute, and a wonderful, easy life, etc. The purpose was so that we should be able to sit and study Torah peacefully, and we should be able to have the perfection of the mitzvahs, because today we don't. We're limited. We're not in Beis Hamikdash. We're not in Eretz Yisrael. So all many mitzvahs. We cannot even do them properly. So this is what we want. All started with Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe, our teacher. Although Moshe Rabbeinu took us out of exile, Moshe Rabbeinu took care of all our needs. Nevertheless, the main purpose and the name, as we call Moshe, Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe, our teacher. Because indeed, that was Moshe's life, teaching us the Torah. In fact, as we mentioned, in the Aron HaKodesh, in the Holy Ark, besides having the tablets, the God-given tablets, and then the second tablets, which Moshe Rabbeinu was involved in making, was also the Sefer Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote. The first, very original Sefer Torah is lying there together with the Aron Kodesh, because Torah is synonymous with Moshe Rabbeinu. Zichru Torahs Moshe Avdi. Remember the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu. Torah tzivalonu Moshe. Moshe Rabbeinu commanded us Torah. Torah is all about Moshe Rabbeinu. And here we see something very interesting in the parsha of this week, where it says in the beginning of the Devarim, Be'ever HaYarden, on the other side of Jordan, on the east bank of the Jordan, Be'eretz Moav, in the land of Moav, Hoyel Moshe Beres HaTorah Zois Le Moav. Moshe began to explain the Torah as following. Rashi points out, Moshe Rabbeinu has been teaching us the Torah all along. So what's happening over here? Says Rashi, Beres HaTorah B'shivim Loshen Pirshu Lehem. He explained the Torah in 70 languages. To whom did he speak? How many languages did he speak the people then in the desert? My guess would be, we know that he spoke Hebrew because we're told they didn't change the language. Shelishinu es Shelishonam. Probably they picked up some Egyptian. What else did he speak? What 70 languages? Who did Moshe Rabbeinu communicate in 70 languages that they needed Moshe Rabbeinu to translate it to them in all the languages? What was the purpose of it? For future generations? Why? Why couldn't there be future generations translated? So Moshe Rabbeinu said it in English and in French and in Italian and in Spanish and in Russian and so on and so forth. All the languages of the world. What's the idea? For what? But the answer explains the Rebbe as following. For all the languages to become imbued with Torah, for all the languages, when we study the Torah in those languages, it should also be Holy Torah. It needed to be done by Moshe Rabbeinu. Otherwise, we could have thought, in Loshen Kodesh, in the holy, godly language, it's holy. But in any other language that we study Torah, it's a nice subject, we learn the halachas, etc., but it doesn't have the quality, it doesn't have the godliness, it doesn't have the holiness as it is in Loshen Kodesh. And therefore maybe many halachas which are applied to when we study Torah, maybe doesn't apply. As an example, there's a certain modest way one is supposed to be dressed when we're learning Torah. A person cannot learn Torah when he's undressed. We're supposed to say the blessings before learning Torah. So maybe this doesn't apply to any other language where we study Torah in. So therefore the pasuk says over here, that Moshe Rabbeinu was translating it, explaining it in all the other languages. It wasn't for the people, it was for the Torah itself, so that the Torah should have the Torah quality, the holiness of Torah in all the other languages. Therefore, it had to be done by Moshe Rabbeinu. So, Eibishter, you already translated in 70 languages. We have it in all the languages. Now we need Moshe Rabbeinu, Mashiach, to come and reveal to us that part of Torah that hasn't been revealed yet. Please, start it now.